A pleasure to meet y'all at last. And now, this is actually going to be a time where, of course, even though that yesterday this was going to start, I had to just hold back on it until today because of, well, I had another shift. And so, here we are now, even though it's a day late, and even though it's much colder outside today, with snow that you can probably see around here, I still think that this is going to be a heck of a time around here that I'm going to have. Because, welcome to my Vlog-a-thon. This is going to be a marathon type vlog series that's dedicated to a recent milestone that I just surpassed. 700 YouTube videos on my channel. I have over 700 videos right now, and in honor of the 700 video milestone to my channel, I am going to have myself 10 vlogs a day for today. So welcome to the 10 Vlog-a-thon, as I know it, and I'd like to call it. And so, I would like to get this started. So, for the first thing that I would like to talk about based on my Vlog-a-thon here, for this first vlog out of 10, is the fact that, well, of course, for those who have actually seen many of my videos out of the hundreds that I currently have, then you would have noticed that, well, there have been many descriptions that were almost left completely empty. And with that being said, I feel like that an empty description is going to have to be explained really quickly here. So, how I would like to go over this is because, well, how I tend to leave my descriptions almost completely empty all the time nowadays is the fact that, well, one, of course, I do like to keep myself as busy as possible with many of my new work around. And this does include the 3 best pieces of content that I got: Hot Wheels Hilarity, Nerf Secrets Revealed, and Gaming with Kaiju Force Neo. But let's not also forget that there are vlogs that I like to record each day, and even though I haven't recorded any vlogs within the last 2 days or so, it's still safe to say that, well, nowadays I'm trying to become a bit more sensitive towards my own work. And, admittingly, I happen to have become much more dependent on much of my work at Marcus Theaters or YouTube or otherwise, because those 2 jobs right there, they're practically full-time nowadays, especially for me, being that, well, I am going to be turning 20 years old in just a couple more months. So, I feel like that with all that being said, I just feel that an extent as to how I tend to be a bit more lazy towards some of my YouTube work in accordance with, well, putting a favor for most of my Marcus Theaters work is because of, well, how I tend to just keep my descriptions almost completely empty now is simply because, well, there's just so much I have going on with me in life, really. There's just so many points in time to which that I've become so busy that I tend to forget that some of my full-time work really needs some attention. And I do pay a lot of attention towards a lot of my work on my channel or on my Twitter, both my Twitter accounts that is, with the original still dropping in followers. Now it's well below 25.9 thousand followers, in accordance with, well, if you've seen like 10 months ago, my first Twitter account, at Kaiju Force Neo, used to have at least 28.5 thousand followers. Now it's well below 25.9 thousand. And as for KFN 2.0, which is my backup account still, it also is dropping, but not as significantly as Kaiju Force Neo. So I've still got 2 big problems to deal with right there. And as for my channel, well, even though my watch hours is still picking up, pretty slowly even, my subscriber count is also kind of just staying a little at level where it is. It's only 23 right now out of, well, 1,000. I would need to get 1,000 subscribers just so I would be able to get paid. Not to mention 4,000 hours over the course of 12 months. If I can get both of those in just, let's say, 2 years, then I know I can give myself not just a pat on the back, or a reward to myself for just completing a lot of hard work over the course of, well, 10 years at least. I mean, my channel is going to be turning 11 years old this July, and 2 more years would pass, then I feel like I can really get myself the feel for it, just to try to get my channel up to 1,000 subscribers and to have a watch time period of 4,000 watch hours over a period of 12 months. And that might not seem too hard, but if you're in my shoes right now, then well, you'd probably know by now that it is, of course, harder than it seems to be. For many of us nowadays, we are in fact trying to find some of the best content that we can create just so we'd be able to have ourselves money to make a living. And YouTube checks that come in monthly based on the ad revenue that you receive from a month's worth of hours put into watching different advertisements, it definitely can become your income every single month and every single year, being that it could be your salary. Although it would take 12 months, 12 checks from Google to figure out exactly what your salary could be. And of course it will change depending on your viewership and depending on how many advertisements have been seen by any of your viewers on your channel. So now, I feel like that now is now, and I feel like that now, with my descriptions being almost empty, I feel like that should probably have to have some attendance to, because otherwise I feel like I'm just being too lazy about some of my more recent work. And although I'm still producing some really high quality content on account of the fact that, well, this article that I found online has really been able to help out with any of my software exporting features, I still feel like, well, there's just a few tads that are missing here and there. And of course, with all of this being put together, this entire story about me being a member of YouTube itself, to have myself monthly paychecks come in, even though, well, nowadays, as I've said before, it's just a whole nother process, to be exact. It really didn't matter how you had to have monetized, it didn't really matter what the total amount of views and hours that you needed, or the amount of subscribers that you needed to get paid on YouTube. But nowadays, at least 5 years after the last few recorded times that I've had myself monthly paychecks come in from any of the videos that I've had on my channel, it's just a whole nother process, really. Google is now requiring anybody on YouTube to have a subscriber count of at least 1,000 and a watch time period of at least 4,000 hours over the course of 12 months, which that almost seems a bit extreme, because of course I was earning at least a nickel for every video of mine that I had, and I did have less than 50 videos on my channel. But I still managed to get monthly checks at least 5 years ago. But now, well, all of those checks that I've gotten from YouTube up until, let's say, 2014, they're being put in the savings right now. So there's really just no explanation as to really explain to others as to how I used to get paid monthly without these new requirements coming in. And now that these new requirements are here, I feel like now is the time to really start putting my best foot forward and to really warm my hands up to really try to work as hard as I possibly can here on my channel. Because of course, high quality content along with any other kinds of trends, features that anybody would like to watch on anybody's channel, regardless of who it might be or how old the person is and how experienced the creators are here on YouTube or anywhere else. It's just a matter of time, really, before anybody else can come together and really try to put their best foot forward in any case. But for now, talking about me, about what my channel means to me, it really is just going to be a lot to do just to get my channel up and running the way it used to be. And now, I feel like that's a subject that I could probably hold off for now. I might talk about it within the next few months, but up till then, you can stay tuned for more Vlog-a-thon videos. Be sure to watch the other 9 that are going to be coming soon. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.